Hustle. DJ Hustle. DJ Hustle.
I think this time in this age where right now we're in the uproar, I think it is a perfect time for you to drop this series because this is something that's been swept under the rug. I mean, like take for instance the one character you have, Black Mitch. Everybody has a Black Mitch. He's not actually black, but he knows about African American culture and he relates to it. But we all have a Black Mitch in our life, and just identifying. I think we all need to just be comfortable in talking about that until we become comfortable and talking about race and issues and things like that and studying the history, then we can actually have some type of common ground and not sit in this limbo and figure out like, okay, where am I? Is it wrong? Should I say the N-word? Right. Should I do this? Right. Should I do that? Will I be judged? I think we need to become able to talk about this and sit in a comfortable place. Yeah. And I commend you for being fearless and stepping out there and touching on this topic that needs to be spoken, because this has been spoken behind closed doors.
We talk about it amongst ourselves all the time. Yeah.
And you're putting right here in the forefront, and I think that it's going to be a lot of wonderful things, and like you said, I think everybody will identify with each character in their own personal realm in their life and how it fits with them. What have you taken away, each one of you guys, from your individual characters?
What have I taken away from Troy? That like despite again the expectations that the world and everyone who's a part of that has for you, you being okay with yourself is paramount to your happiness, just in general, in terms of how you relate to people, in terms of being comfortable in your own skin, in terms of not having to question every decision that you make, and being okay with looking. There's some great scenes where Troy's looking in the mirror, and for me that was so subliminal but symbolic at the same time, in terms of just like, do I like the person that I'm looking at, and if not, am I prepared to go through that journey to be comfortable? Otherwise I'll just continue wearing this mask and parading around that, as somebody else, as whoever everybody else wants me to be. And so for me that was just I think for myself personally, but everyone, we're constantly in this like evolution of discovering who we are. Different experiences change us and whatnot, but also at the end of the day being okay with who you are. And I think that journey is just complex. It's tough. There is no guidebook for it, but as a black man as well, really internalizing all of that and being proud of like your heritage despite again the expectations of the world as well, and wearing that with pride. And I think Troy's battle of that is really cool to just explore in general, for sure. Even though it's not per se my exact story, I love that hopefully somebody else can connect to that, truly.
Coco. What did I learn from Coco? I learned so very much from Coco. Understanding and stating that we're all figuring this out. We're all figuring out life. We're all figuring out who we are, as it relates to who we're expected to be and what we're struggling with. Like we all have our struggles, and there's nothing wrong with being strong and being vulnerable at the same time. I feel like there's such strength in vulnerability, and vulnerability shouldn't be seen as weakness. And for me, I've always been more of a tomboy because the women in my family are very strong, not necessarily very vulnerable, I want to say. And having to portray someone who's way more feminine than I have a tendency to be, and understanding that having that facade of having it all together and that air of perfection because that's what's expected of you, when in actuality you might just want to fall apart. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's okay. And we're all figuring it out, and we're not perfect.